So what did I discover? Technology has advanced greatly in the last 20 years. It's gone from instant messaging and dial-up internet to Facebook and Twitter and being able to research basically anything you want to on the internet. A lot of youths are now using sexy and provocative photos, and they should be able to know how to approach these things and what to do when these things happen to them. There has been a study done saying that a lot of children between 10 and 11 years old have already seen pornography. It's unrealistic. They should have a proper outlet to learn how to actually have sex between a man and a woman or otherwise. Google also doesn't know everything. A lot of LGBTQs and gays have a lot of questions about their sexual orientation. Pretty much any other question that you want to know about sex, you can research on the internet. However, some of the information can be misleading. LGBTQ is more predominant now, and transgender and gay rights have changed a lot in the last 20 years. The younger generation have the right to learn about their sexual orientation, not through the internet. They should be able to learn it in a classroom with a teacher or a counselor. Now with the Me Too movement coming out, a lot of people are saying that they were raped or something happened without the sexual consent being said. Men and women have the right to know if they should say yes or say no in all these situations and know what to do if something happens to them. Parents also find it very difficult to talk to their youths about sex. I remember when I was 10 or 11 years old and my mom came up to me with a pop-up book. And as you flip through the book, the egg was going through the fallopian tubes and through the ovaries and into the uterus. And it was very uncomfortable. So my mom asked me at the end, do you have any more questions? And I was like, no, I don't want to talk to you about this. I'm sure a lot of you feel the exact same way. So parents aren't a very good outlet to talk to, and they should have a teacher or somebody else to talk to. There's also a little saying down here that says, if we continue to educate kids, they will accept people. They won't make fun of people for looking a certain way or dressing a certain way or loving whomever they love. I absolutely believe that. And I think if we start teaching people now to start accepting people, then in the future we won't have any problems or issues. Or at least very little. STIs have tripled in Canada in the last 20 years. I remember when I was in school, and even according to the 1998 version, STIs, they only talked about a couple of the very more common ones. And there's so many more out there now that they should be learning about them. They should be educated on the prevention risks, symptoms, and the signs of STIs and what to do if these types of things happen to them. There's so many different types of contraceptives out there now, and women should know what works best for them and how to deal with it and how they work. And abstinence is unrealistic in our changing world. I remember when I was younger, and even still in the 1998 version, they're teaching about abstinence and how it's the best choice, and we have to be realistic about it and saying that it's, if people want to, they're going to anyway, so let's just teach them how to do it safely. So what did I learn from this topic? A lot has changed since 1998. Sexual education in our classrooms should match our changing world. This essay taught me so much. I really enjoyed it. It taught me a lot about health teaching and how to educate young youth and what they know, especially when I become a nurse. And that way I can know exactly what to talk to them about and what they already know. And I also, as I explained earlier, I wanted to do a comparative essay rather than a report essay. I found it easier to me, and now I learned a different type of doing essay writing. And I also learned how to keep all different forms of documentation. As we learned, I made a really big mistake in the beginning in not keeping it, and that's going to help me all through my nursing career in making sure that I keep all documentation, even if I think it's invalid or it's not needed. Now I know to keep all of it regardless. This is just my references and what I researched on the essay, and thank you very much for watching.